All right, welcome back, college baseball fans. We obviously just wrapped up the Clemson regional. We've done the Athens regional. Monty has done more costume changes than I have. Monty's doing his happy dance because he has tacos. If you were a part of our Clemson show, Hayden obviously talked about having tacos for lunch, to which then sparked Monty wanting to get tacos for dinner. I think we're all caught up to speed on what's happened previously. Obviously, go back and watch or listen to the podcast platform version of these regional previews. We're talking Tallahassee. The regional that I had to convince the guys last night is more difficult than everyone is giving it credit for, because I think that you've got dangerous teams all the way up and down the lineup from a regional standpoint. Obviously, the Stetson Hatters have a win over the Florida State Seminoles already this season in the midweek. So you obviously have to, if you're a Florida State fan, you've quite literally seen this 4 seed win it before. Obviously, that was not the best Florida State team that they would see. But obviously, there's a lot of question marks, right? With Carson Dorsey and Jamie Arnold kind of being your two guys. But then, kind of, what do you do from there? Obviously, Cam Leiter hopefully coming out of the pen. Monty did a great video again showing, just random movie clips, and that was a perfect. What movie is that again, Monty? I am forgetting, of course, what movie that was.
The Replacements with Keanu Reeves.
That's right. Where obviously he comes in and gets the job done there, and the crowd goes absolutely ballistic. But the Hatters have 40 wins on the season, which again is pretty impressive. They have a series split. Technically, they did a 4-game series with West Virginia, obviously an NCAA tournament team. They beat Florida in the midweek. Yeah, that's midweek Florida, but they still got it done there. They lost a game in Tallahassee, 1-0 in March. But again, they have also a win over UCF in the midweek, Monty. So this is a 4 seed that I don't think anyone really wants to play, because they are very dangerous. Their RPI is 100 on the dot, so they are a top 100 RPI team. Their runs allowed per 9 is really, really good. This is a regional that's full of pretty good pitching. 3 of these 4 teams in the top 50 in most statistical categories. UCF kind of leading the way in that one, but obviously for Stetson, they had that 10-5 win over Florida State in the midweek, and that was in the month of May. So that is obviously recently. I'm guessing Monty is eating his tacos, so hopefully you enjoy listening to me talk. But this is a team that you cannot sleep on. I'm really looking forward to kind of seeing what they bring to the table. They're going to be, again, a frisky midweek team, or excuse me, 4-seed team. So Florida State obviously is going to have to make sure that they bring their A game when they take on Stetson on Friday. For UCF, this is a team that I thought should have been in. Some people thought they should not. RPI of 33, a strength of schedule of 45. They were 500 in Big 12 play, 35 wins on the season. Offensively, they are not that great. They are, runs scored per game, 179th in the country. Their walk percentage is 246th in the country. They are not their OBP is 196. They're not, and that's not the number, like that's their statistical rank, 196 in the country. They're not the most offensive sound team, but they get you in pitching. They have arguably the best bullpen and best starting rotation in this regional. They're going to be led by Dom Staglione, as well as Ben Vespi and Wiley Hartley, two other arms that are going to provide a lot of depth for them. Where, again, Florida State has the best pitcher in this in Jamie Arnold, but you have some question marks, again, which Carson Dorsey shows up. And then, obviously, the third guy right now really does not exist for the Noles. So UCF's going to be dangerous, obviously. Their whip is 7th total in the country. They're going to provide, a lot, again, with their bullpen. Castellano worked 56 innings this year. He has 3 saves. He has a 2.73 ERA, 6-0 record. Yeah, Canes Cat Heat. Monty hates Miami, loves the Florida State Seminoles. Really thinks the worst of the Canes. But obviously, this UCF team is going to be a threat. And I have them actually, giving Alabama fits. Alabama is obviously a team you can do a lot. Gage Miller at third, the leadoff guy for the Crimson Tide. He's hitting 381 with 18 home runs, 56 RBIs. He's going to be a threat. He's pretty good at getting on base. Expect him to obviously really test UCF early. Justin LeBron at shortstop. He's also going to be a threat. This lineup for Alabama is by far the second best in this regional. They're not at the Florida State levels, though. Obviously, Florida State with James Tibbs III, Cam Smith, Daniel Cantu. I mean, we can just go up and down the lineup. Marco Dingus. This is a team that, at the end of the day, like I predicted Florida State to win the regional yesterday when we did it. I'm not necessarily thinking that they're not going to do so. But I'm really intrigued to see how these matchups go. D1 baseball gave this 1 seed probability to win a 6 out of 10 on a scale, which I thought was obviously interesting because, again, I think this is a little bit more difficult than people are giving it credit for. But again, I am leaning the Noles to be able to get this done because I don't think any of these 3 teams alone are better than Florida State. I just think that this is going to be a very, anyone can win any one of these games. I wouldn't be surprised if Florida State, kind of what I said with the Clemson Regional, drops 1 along the way to get to this point. Monty, have your opinion at all changed, or have you, what are your thoughts on this regional from a standpoint of just what Florida State should be worried about going into this?
They don't. There's a lot of questions on the pitching side. Obviously, you have Jamie Arnold, Brendan Oxford, Connor Holtz. Those guys have consistently been good. John Abraham and Joe Charles have been pretty good out of the pen as well. But Connor Whitaker, Cam Leiter, they're going to get some innings, but you're not sure what you're going to get out of them. Cam Leiter is probably only going to be a 1-inning guy as they look to protect him. And obviously, we don't know what kind of Carson Dorsey we're going to get. I do expect him to pitch a lot better than we saw in the ACC tournament. But for me, that's the biggest question mark for Florida State going into this.
Yeah. All right, well, Monty, we went a little long on the Coastal one. Do we know if Jake's going to be here yet?
For this one?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I just told him tomorrow. I told him that you and I would do this one, so.
That's not what I meant. Sorry. Is he going to be in Tallahassee?
Oh, no, we do not know.
Gotcha. This is one we hopefully will have some boots on the grounds for, obviously the last 2 regionals we've done. I have been there. Yeah, Josh, good point. Obviously seeing, Whitaker get extended there. Again, I think Florida State, this regional is not an easy one, but again, they are the better team, right? And best team in this regional, hands down. And so obviously they're getting healthy, right? This is a Florida State team that what we see this week might be different in 2 weeks if they're in Omaha. So with that being said, Monty, by the way, Monty, actually, quickly, did you realize, because I didn't realize until earlier today when I was doing the bracket challenge, did you realize that Duke and Florida State would be paired in supers if both teams were to advance?
Yeah, we talked about this last night.
And I must have zoned out for all of it.
Yeah, because I picked Alabama and had Coombs hosting a super.
That's right. Yeah, Josh, in the comments, make sure you just keep firing off takes at Monty. Or if Florida State wins, remember to just post the scores over and over and over and over again. Because Monty, even though he's decked out in all Florida State gear, big Alabama guy.
Yeah, I mean, you're the one that convinced me with how hard this region was, and then you promptly went.
But I'm not
State,
picking. See, my pecking order goes Stetson at the 4. Actually, you know what? We're going to do it. Alabama at the 4, Stetson 3, UCF 2, Florida State 1. This is giving me similar vibes to what happened with Auburn last year. That's what happened to Auburn. I agree. I am actually probably the same size as Monty, so if you just want to ship that to me, I will gladly take that, Monty.
Nope, it's mine. I was also on the Jamie Arnold train before everyone else, so get off my back.
Yeah. And Monty was with me on the ACC all-tournament team with Jamie Arnold, so at least he's riding loyal here. But Monty, that's all I've got what is your prediction of the 1 through 4? Obviously, you said you have Alabama winning the regional, but what is your pecking order?
I think it's going to be Stetson. Actually, it's going to be UCF, Stetson, Florida State, Alabama.
Gotcha. Okay. You said UCF at 3?
4.
Oh, okay. Monty likes to disagree with me. This is gonna be, and probably fade me because I just did terrible at every pick'em ever. So
yeah, and you keep doubting me when I've won all of them, or I guess tied.
I am actually dialing in for this. I'm done doing the fun. Micah just picks with his heart. I'm dialing.
Oh,
in for
right.
this.
That's what you were doing all season. Sure. Okay.
No, that's not. No, I got in my own head, Monty, in the regular season.
Well, what's going to keep you from doing that now? I don't understand.
Because I'm not thinking anymore. I'm just doing. I'm going with what I know. I'm telling you, this is gonna be I'm gonna win the postseason. I'm gonna win it. Me, you, and Nick. I'm gonna win it. I'm calling it right now. Anyways, Monty, obviously that's gonna wrap up the Tallahassee regional. Hopefully, we'll have live coverage from Jake there. Even though I'm sure he wants us to stay close to home in Texas, but yeah, I'm excited for this regional. I think it's a very underrated regional, and I'm looking forward to seeing Florida State, finally hosting again, back in giving those section 5 animals, I believe, giving those folks everything they deserve and more, especially after the storms that came through not too long ago. So, that being said, yeah, honestly, they really did, Josh. My brain is just fried. So thank you, Josh, for defending me. I appreciate you. But with that being said, go Noles, obviously, in this regional, and I'm very excited to be watching these games. This will be one that I will definitely have on my phone / TV screen / computer screen more often than not when I'm in Athens.
All right.